Who were the three sons of Adam and Eve? 1. Cain, the firstborn. Cain was the very first human born into the world. Eve gave birth to him after being cast out of the Garden of Eden. Eve was overjoyed to be a mother.
With the help of the Lord, I have brought forth a man.
He was named Cain, meaning acquisition. As Cain grew up, he became a farmer. He toiled in the fields planting crops. But Cain had a bad temper. He often got jealous of his younger brother, Abel. Cain's jealousy boiled over one day after a sacrifice to God. God accepted Abel's offering, not Cain's. In his jealousy, Cain lured Abel out to the fields. He violently struck down his own brother. This was the first murder in human history. God came and confronted Cain about Abel.
"Where is Abel, thy brother?"
God asked. Cain lied, saying,
"I know not."
But God knew what Cain had done. He cursed Cain for spilling innocent blood. God put a mark on Cain's forehead. Cain was banished from the land. Cain had to wander restlessly.
"You will be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth."
God said the ground wouldn't grow food for him anymore. Cain feared others would try to kill him, but God promised protection for Cain. God put a special mark on Cain as a warning. Anyone who hurt Cain would get payback sevenfold. Cain ended up in the land of Nod. In Nod, Cain found a wife. They ended up having lots of descendants. They were the first humans to live in cities. One descendant was Lamech, a violent man. Lamech killed a man and expected no payback. He wrongly thought the curse on Cain didn't apply. Clearly, sin's consequences lasted for generations. 2. Abel, the second son. Abel was the second son, born to Adam and Eve. Abel kept flocks of sheep, while Cain worked the soil as a farmer. Abel had a good and righteous heart. He obeyed God and made offerings to him. One day, both brothers gave offerings to God. Abel brought the finest of his flock. He sacrificed some of the firstborn lambs. God looked with favor on Abel and his offering, but he rejected the offering Cain brought. Once killed, Abel's blood cried out to God from the ground. He is called the first martyr in the Bible. His name means breath or vapor. 3. Seth, the third son. Seth was born after Cain killed Abel. He helped Adam and Eve find joy again. Eve said God appointed Seth as another offspring. His name means appointed or compensated. Seth followed in the faithful footsteps of Abel. He obeyed God and made proper offerings. The Bible calls Seth a son, born in Adam's likeness. Seth lived an incredibly long life, 912 years. One of his sons was Enos, a spiritual influence. People started worshiping God publicly in Enos's days. This was the earliest mention of formal religion. Seth's genealogy is given for 10 generations. His righteous lineage was crucial for the Messiah's birth. The Messiah had to come from this line. Seth helped re-establish the sacred covenant with God. Adam and Eve may have had other children, as Genesis 5:4 states.
"The days of Adam, after he fathered Seth, were 800 years, and he had other sons and daughters.